like you said, I mean, like for civil security is as an expert, so I would like advise people that taking care of security is like first you get like a plan for the place where you're gonna have like the festival. To see how many entries, how many exits, and especially how many emergency exits they're gonna have, and they have like to make them clear so you can see them, and to check out the band they're gonna play, which kind of band and which kind of public they bring, and then you have to secure the whole area. I mean, you close it with the barrier or with the wall, depending where you're gonna have it. Check how many security staff you're gonna have and the education they're gonna have, because they all have different education. Let's give you like one or two examples, like the ones standing on the door controlling, let's say, the tickets. They have to have a special education in case anyone like scan a ticket or anything. So like say a place is gonna take like 400 people, and like you know, in the festivals many people scan tickets, and if you don't have like security staff controlling these tickets, they know which one is real, which one is scanned. So like you're gonna have like 1,000 inside. You have this, and then you have like what we call it fire officers. I mean, in case of anything happen, what you do. Then you have to check the scene, where the scene you're gonna have it, and you have to check the barrier, how far the barrier from the scene, and how far the barrier from the public. That's number two. And then you have to know how to deal with. You see in the future what can happen. And this is education you give it to your security staff, what can happen. It's like a risk analysis. And then anything happen, then you have to know what to do. In case of fire, what to do. In case of a fight, what to do. In case of like a firearm or anything going on, what to do. In case of explosion, what to do. That's number two. Then you have like to check what's going on, which kind of public is coming, and which kind of security you have to do in the doors. Let's say the doors, sometimes you have like to not let people go inside like with bottles of food or big bag or anything. Then sometimes you have to do like physical control in the doors. That's number two or number three. And then sometimes if you want to like force your security inside, you have to do like civil security. And all the people can see staff with like uniform working, they know where they are. But it's good to have like civil security inside. No one knows them, they're like public, they're just going around. And the good one in that, to do it normally, like they got like foreign police, people that used to be like police or a military or something like that. They're good at that, to be like working like civilian, trying to detect any suspect behavior or any suspect package or a bag thrown somewhere. So that's the best way how to do it. So that's all I have to say. Going like to a festival, you have to prepare yourself. Like you prepared the money to buy tickets, so you have to prepare yourself. You should know you go into a big place, you're gonna meet lots of strange people, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000 people, and you don't know who they are, you don't know their background. So the first advice I will give people is, whenever you go to a festival, is don't go alone, go with 3 or 4 friends that you know, stay in your own corner, and choose like your neighbor. You choose the place where you're gonna be, choose the people. In case you go into like a festival, you see people like too drunk or using drugs or shouting too much, maybe it's not a good neighborhood for you. Then you have to move on, find a better place with nice people around. And then it's very important to check, when you go in, check the emergency exit. Then you prepare yourself and start like to think in the future. It's very easy, take you like 1 minute. Check in the future, you see, in case happen, in case of fight or bomb, anything, any threaten, anything suspicious, how to go out. Then you know already, if you know how to go out, your way out, then there's no problem, it's already solved. It's like in festivals, it's very important, you have like 2 very important moments. The first one is how to get people in, and the second one is how to get people out. To get people in is very easy, and getting them out is very easy too, but you have to know how to do it. The important is that to put special formed people on the door, the one that they check ticket. But especially very, very important, you have to be like gentle and friendly, how you meet people. Because they're coming for a festival, they're gonna come and have fun. They're not coming to like a prison or somewhere else. Then the best way is how you meet them. Like, hi, good morning, welcome to the festival, have a nice day. Already when a person coming in like this, having fun, and he's like welcomed with a nice way, is already gonna be cooled down. Down you can go and sleep. You're gonna be no trouble. And very important how you get them in. You have to get them in quickly. And how you do that, you have to be mini interest, because people gonna like see a show. And sometimes I was like mini festivals, people still making the queue and the show is already finished. And of course they're gonna have a fight, they're gonna be angry and these things like that. So you have to open as much as doors you have, and the person has like to stand 2, 3, 5 minutes maximum in the queue, and he has to go in. That's number two. Number one. Number two is how to get them out. How to get them out, let's say you're in a festival and the musician is playing music all the time, like a high music, maybe a famous one, and like a techno music, especially this rave, techno, deep house and things like that. They are the one little bit with problems. What you have to do is like the last like 10 minutes maybe, or the last two sounds. So you ask the DJ or the group, please change now. Play like soft music, lounge music, or slow, or something cool. So the people cool down from like jumping, dancing all the time. So you're gonna like cool down, and slowly they start going. You have like 10, 15 minutes by themselves. They start. You open the doors, prepare your security guard and the fire officers to start like just play soft music, open the doors and let people go slowly. Don't stress anyone, don't push anyone. If it's gonna take you like 1 hour, leave it. Let it take 1 hour. But when you start like pushing people, telling them to go out, it's too late and things like that, then it can happen, anything can happen, problems. This year for Mawazin, I didn't follow it a lot. Last year, yes, because I was interested to see how things arranged, how they do and things like that. This year I was like lots of like based or occupied with the race of Morocco, 2010. And the last year I know like 12 people died. And the problem was, after all my investigations, that was like next to the wall where people was like standing was like a big hole, and everyone knew it, but they ignore it. And I believe if you could make it full with like sand or stones or anything, maybe the 12 people wouldn't die. And the other problem is like I think like the security staff wasn't well educated for like how to deal with the food. Because if they knew there's like a catastrophe, how to do, they could like secure that place with like a barrier or different thing, or the minimum they can put like 3, 4 people there just for that hole to secure it. So anyone come closer, they tell them to go away. For this year, definitely they learned from the last year, because it's very intelligent to learn from our fault, our mistake that we made yesterday or the last year. This year actually I didn't know what they did, but definitely it was like a good, successful one with no problem, no big problems. I mean, of course there are problems everywhere, but not big problems. Triangle.